The booth here by a couple of special guests who, of course, are very familiar here to the NECBL Broadcast Network. They're very familiar with Cardines Field. We'll have the Elder on first as the pitch is a strike on the outside corner. We have the Melillo brothers here with us in the booth. We have Mike Melillo, Jeff Melillo, combined between the two of them, 4 years here with the Newport Gulls. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on to miss, strike three, and Roberts is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Mr. Melillo, welcome back here to Newport.
Thank you, good to be back.
Whoop.
Good to see you too, Mr. Lehman.
So, of course, Mike, you were here for 2 seasons.
I was, 08 and 09.
Won the 2009 championship here. And, of course, we'll have your younger brother Jeff on in just a moment. Of course, you moved to Newport.
We did. We both did, actually.
You both
Jeff
live here
moved
now.
Up here now. Yeah, we're both up here, residents of Newport.
Pitches on the outside corner to Steve Anderson's 3-0 goals lead here in the third. And now you get to obviously come to games periodically, but you helped us get a championship ring for the franchise, of course, in 2009 as the 0-1 is inside ball one. That one just clipped him, in fact. Anderson hit by a pitch here. He's on base for the second time. So after 2 years in the postseason, 2 times in the championship series, in fact, what it's like in postseason play. Well, tell the fans at home, as someone who's playing summer ball, you get the regular season, it's a long grind, but when you get into the postseason, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think what Chuck, Chris Patsos, and Ronnie do here that I think is unique to any other summer team across the country is that they get kids who play through the whole season. I think if you look at rosters at the beginning of summer and the end, they change quite a bit on most teams, but folks who come here don't tend to leave, and it definitely, coupled with the talent that they bring in here, it bodes well, and that's why every year they're typically playing for a championship.
1-0 the count here as Robinson stands up to the plate. Runner at first, the pitch is swung on him, skying down the left field line, but foul. Have you had a chance to take in any games this summer so far?
Yeah, a couple. Bouncing back here, we don't live too far, so we try to pop in every now and then, and it seems they're as talented as ever. I hear they have some big-time arms and some guys that can really swing it, so it's no surprise that they're back where they're at again.
Now, you had a brief professional career after your collegiate career, correct?
I did. 2010, and decided to hang it up and come back here after a couple of injuries, and definitely happy with the decision.
Now, of course, you played here with the Gulls in the summer, but you're not from this area originally.
Nope, not originally. From Florida originally, and spent most of our time in New Jersey and went to school down south. So,
1-2 pitch. It's a little bit low. Robinson checks his swing. They won't appeal. And we count 2-2 on Timmy.
So what do you notice that's different about this team than the last few years?
Well, of course, last year the Gulls had that incredible offensive season. We'll talk to your brother Jeff about that in just a moment. One major difference is there's no Melillo as the backstop. 4 years with a Melillo catcher. 2-2 pitch, ground ball bounce to left side. It's down by O'Haron. He throws the second out there. Relay to first. It's high. It pulls the first baseman Darius off the bag a bit. It'll be a fielder's choice as Robinson will reach safely. But the pitching has, of course, been phenomenal this year, Mike, and it's very reminiscent of some other Gulls teams of the past.
That's what it seems. I saw some of the highlights from the All-Star game, and some of the velocities that were in the NECBL this year were much higher than I've ever seen before. He seems like some big-time arms.
Gulls closer Kyle Wilcox at 97 on the radar gun. Joined here in the booth by former Gulls catcher Mike Melillo as Brett Winger steps up to the plate. The pitch is taking high ball one. So what do you do now here in Newport?
I'm working for a biotech startup company over on the finance side, over in Portsmouth. Just been here for a couple years now, and just like I said, try to make it down here as much as possible.
Galan comes to the stretch. Worries about a runner at first. 2 down. The 1-0 pitch is low. Misses the breaking ball. The count 2-0. So, Michael, throw it over to your brother Jeff. Thank you so much for joining us. Good just to stop by for a brief moment. We get Jeff Melillo in the booth here. The 2-0 is inside low. 3-0 the count now on Brett Winger. Now, as Mike was a catcher for 2 years with the Newport Gulls, Jeff, you were also a catcher here for 2 years. Welcome back here.
Thanks for having me.
And now when did you move to Newport as I checked the runner at first safely?
I moved here actually about a month ago, at the beginning of July.
All right. So what brought you back to the city by the sea?
Spent 2 great summers here. Met a lot of good friends and close host family, and my brother living here. Just decided when I was done playing baseball that it's where I wanted to spend at least a few years before I made the next move.
Of course, your former teammate Brett Winger at the plate here.
Yeah, makes you feel old coming back watching all the guys you played with.
0-1 pitch comes in there for a strike. Winger had tossed his bat away. Ty Moore will have to hand it to him. And of course, home plate umpire Danny Collins, never a fan of that. I'll make the count full now. 3-2, 2 outs, a runner at first here, joined by first former goal Mike Melillo, now former goal Jeff Melillo here in the booth. Both of them 2 years here with the Gulls. 3-2 pitch, runner takes off. It's outside ball 4. This time Winger will toss the bat away, and he'll take another postseason walk. That's his third. He's on base for the second time. Newport threatening here now. Runners at first and second. Here comes Ty Moore. Now, Jeff, you led the Gulls to a championship last year. You, of course, broke the league record in on-base percentage. I think you hit around 400 for the regular season. Had a great year. What's it like to now just sit in the sidelines and watch your team, not be able to impact it at all?
My body likes it, not having to be out there catching all the time. You miss playing the game. You miss the relationships you create in summer ball between the coaches and players. But just lucky to have had 2 summers up here with the organization like the Newport Gulls.
Ty Moore takes the pitch inside for ball 1. Moore bounced into a fielder's choice as last time. Runner at first, a runner at second. 3-0 Gulls. 2 outs here in the third, and the pitch is a hard hit ground ball right side. It bounces off the glove of Darius. Will bounce up the first base line. Here comes Robinson. He will be waved home. No throw. Into third goes Winger, and the Gulls lead it 4-0. That was a hard hit ground ball. They're going to give Ty Moore an infield hit, and he'll pick up his first postseason RBI. Newport has a 4-0 lead. Jeff Melillo here in the booth with us, former Gulls catcher, and of course you won the championship here last year with the Newport Gulls, and you had an injury towards the end of the season, but you still were there in the championship game, barely able to walk, but you were there, much like Ty Moore, who actually went down with an injury himself about a week ago. He sprained his knee, but he's back here in his first game back from injury.
Yeah, it was a setback towards the end of the season. I fouled a ball off my foot with about a week left in the regular season. But at school, never really had a chance to play for a championship, so I knew I wasn't going to miss the opportunity here. So you battled through it. It's like everyone out here does at one point or another in your career. You tend to play injured more than you play healthy in this game. So
0-1 pitch misses inside. The count 1-1. The Gulls catcher, new catcher, Ethan Ferreira. Of course, Gulls have had 3 catchers this year: Ferreira, Austin Barr, and Matt Foley. First time in 4 years there wasn't a Melillo behind the plate. No more Melillo brothers, I guess, waiting in the wings either.
No, we're just us 2.
Here's the 1-1. It's just high and inside. 2-1 the count. Anthony Galan worrying about now a runner at first, a runner at third. 4-0 Gulls. They've plated 1 more run here in the third. He looks in from the stretch, and the 2-1 pitch is a hot hit chopper, third base side, but foul. Now, Jeff, we remember back to one of the most memorable nights of the summer last year, and it was baseball night. This organization raised $17,000 for children with cancer. Your brother Mike was instrumental in putting that together, and it really served as a catalyst in the playoffs for this team. They lost that first playoff game, then everyone shaved their heads for children in solidarity. As the pitcher runner takes off, it's swung on and missed. A big cut from Ferreira, and that's the out that retires the side. But the Gulls get 1 more here in the third, lead at 4-0. We'll keep it live right here just for a few more moments, talking about baseball night, how important that was last year for the Gulls.
It was a great opportunity. It brought the whole team and whether it was players, owners, and coaches together for a great cause, and it united us at a different level than just playing baseball, and realized at the end of the day we're lucky to be out here playing a game, and it is just that. It's just a game. So afterwards, I mean, it was just a great day. Raised a lot of money and awareness, and it's just seemed from that point on we were very close, and it was just like a family between the teams. So.
Now, Jeff, you mentioned you just moved up to Newport 6 months ago, joining your brother. You guys in an apartment together? Or you living separately? Or?
We live separately. I moved up in the beginning of July, and I renting a house downtown. for the time being. So just we live close, not even a couple hundred yards from each other. So
It's going to be nice to have the family connection here now in Newport. What are you doing for work?
I'm actually working with Horan Building with Mark doing
Gulls
doing some
owner,
estimating.
Mark
Yeah,
Horan. So
yeah.
that's so the Gulls connection continues. This is just incredible when I think about it. Where you have both you and your brother who spent 2 summers here just playing summer collegiate baseball, and now you both live here as a result of that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember about probably 10 years ago watching a game at this field. It was like 2003, 2004. My dad played college ball with some of the owners here, so it was we came out to visit them and watched the game here, and knew from that point on I wanted to try to get up here and play. So,
Well, Jeff Melillo, thanks for joining us
thank
here.
you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Really appreciate it. Jeff Melillo and Mike Melillo, 2 former Gulls catchers, joining us here in the booth.